computer. Welcome back to our study on major world religions. This is the lecture number 1, an introductory lecture that helps us to have a comprehensive understanding of religion. What is religion, by the way? So let me get some interaction from the class. Chakri, what is religion? What is religion?
The systematic devotional living a lifestyle of a man towards God.
Lifestyle of man towards God. Are you reading that PPT or what?
No. I don't get anything like PPT, Anna.
No, I sent
I
you,
mean,
I shared in the group. Okay,
yeah,
you have to
that's
see
okay, no,
this.
but I have not read that one.
That's good. Then it is right. Okay, good. So what's religion all about? So
Religion,
according to, yeah, somebody want to say? Pardon?
religion is a rules and regulations, and every religion believe one God.
Oh, rules and regulations and belief on God. Yes, that's true.
As per my knowledge,
Uh-huh.
religion is nothing but a set of beliefs.
Ah,
A set of beliefs.
a set of beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in India, by birth we will get the religion, one religion. By birth.
By birth, everybody has a religion. Oh.
And every religion is unique, and every religion has own deities, and there is a power in every religion deities.
Power, belief, set of rules. Yes, this is combination of religion. So according to Michael, religion is a shared posting of the identity of an relationship between the world, humanity, and the supernatural in terms of meaning assignment, value allocation, and validation enactment. A religion need not accept or believe in the supernatural, but it takes a position on it. Likewise, some religions deny the reality or at least value of the world, but they still take a position on it. Sometimes a religion need not accept or believe in the supernatural. For example, Buddhism doesn't believe on the supernatural. It is a kind of a revolt to Hinduism. And for example, atheism, they don't believe in God. But again, they have a kind of belief. So a religion need not accept or believe in the supernatural, but it takes a position on it. So religion shapes people's view of the world. And every people group will have their own view of the world. Worldview, we call it as a worldview. The worldviews changes because of religion. Religion takes a position on the supernatural. So that's the reason every religion have their own position on the supernatural entity. Some call it God, some call it a supernatural power, and whatever it may be. Religion is any specific system of belief about deity. By the way, we are not studying as a Christian. No, we are just as students, we are standing aside. For example, as we are studying, come out of the shoes of our own perception of different religions. It is an academic work. We are just studying as it is. What is religion? What is Hinduism? We are not going to criticize. We are not going to look at with the Christian spectacles to criticize. No, we are studying as a student as it is. Keep it in mind. Religion is any specific system of belief about deity, often involving rituals, a code of ethics, a philosophy of life, and a worldview. This is the combination of religion. Some of you have said religion is nothing but a set of rules and regulations and beliefs, values. Yes, religion is any specific system of belief. What is the belief? Belief about deity, belief about some entity, supernatural deity. Every religion, often involving rituals. So one is a belief on deity and a lot of rituals. What is rituals? You know, giving, taking, doing some kind of puja, doing some kind of rituals, you know, a lot of rituals are engaged in this. A code of ethics, and also religion has a code of ethics, what to do and what not to do, when to do, when not to do, code of ethics, and a philosophy of life. No, religion helps us to understand the philosophy of life and a worldview. Every religion will have a worldview. We need to understand the combination, all these. A belief about the deity and the rituals, ethics, philosophy of life, and worldview. 5. Religion is the combination of 5 components: belief, rituals, ethics, life, and worldview. Keep these 5 in the mind about the religion. Religion is an important part of people's lives. Very, very important part of people's life. It shapes people's views of the world and gives people a structure for their lives. Structure for their lives. It shapes. And then common factors of any religion: belief in something sacred, God, God's text, sacred text, God, and sacred places. Belief in something sacred. Distinction between sacred and profane objects. Sacred and profane objects. Ritual acts focused on sacred objects. Ritual acts focused on sacred objects. Moral code believed to have a sacred or supernatural basis. Religious feelings, oh, excitement, wow, what a great God. Oh, what a wretched man I am. I am not good for nothing. I am sinful. These 2 feelings. Religion gives these feelings, religious feelings, awe and guilt, which tend to surface in the presence of sacred objects and during the practice of ritual. Particularly these 2 feelings, awe and guilt, can be experienced particularly in the presence of sacred objects and during the practice of ritual. As they sacrifice a goat or something during the sacrificial time, and they feel the guilt, and when they are doing a jatara or maybe a kind of big festivity to God, and people feel that, oh, wow, what a great. These 2 feelings can be seen in any religion, including all the major religions, including Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity, Judaism, and almost all the Semitic religion, as well as the neo religions as well. Prayer, the factors, let's continue the factors. Prayer and other forms of communication with the supernatural. In every religion, prayer is the communication with the supernatural. A worldview or general picture of the world and how the individual fits into it. Organization of one's life based upon worldview. A social group born. If it is a Hinduism, a temple environment. The society comes together. If it is a Christian community, church environment. The church is the center for the social group. It is in Islam, Masjid is the center for the social group. Organization of one's life based upon worldview and the social group bound. So society runs. What is religion? We continue to think about it. We are perplexed. Still people are thinking, struggling. You also start thinking, develop your own definition on religion on the basis of what we discussed. This PPT is there in the group. Small assignment. Tomorrow you come back and write down 2 lines or 3 lines, not more than that. 2 lines or 3 lines of your own definition. You can read this. Maybe you can compose your own definition. You can rephrase the definitions that we have already discussed. Come up and share tomorrow in the class. Now, let's get into the historical context of the religion. History of the science of all religions. We are looking at as a student of history. Let's come back. We did a course on historiography, and we discussed a little bit about historiography. Let's look at religion from a historical point of view. Religion, from Latin word religio, means originally seems to refer to as fear or reverence for the gods, later to the rites offered to them. The exact meaning of religio means originally seems to refer to as fear, or religio means fear or reverence for the gods. Either can be fear or a reverence. Some people come to God by fear, and some people come to God by awe, a reverence, understanding that greatness. Later to the rites offered to them, otherwise some kind of rites offered to them. This is so confusion as to where word originates, how the word religion originated. That's what we are looking at. Religere, the second word, means to gather things together or to pass over things repeatedly. To pass over things repeatedly. Religere means to bind things together, emphasize communal aspect, draws people into religious rites, practice, and belief. We're getting into the root meaning. The study of religion seemingly originated with the Greeks, the Academia of Religion. The study of religion. Today, most of the universities have a branch, religion as a sub-branch in academia. Physics, chemistry, along with that, religion is also part of academic work. Even my PhD with the University of Mysore comes from the religious department. I think Jammu University has religion and philosophy department. You can do a PhD in religion. There are 1 or 2 Andhra University people say, but I never saw somebody completing it. There may be 1 or 2 have done it, a theology. Yeah, Acharya Nagarjuna University nearby Guntur has Buddhism. You can do a PhD in Buddhism. There are several universities that offer religion as an academic course. And today in India, yoga and a lot of other academic courses are also coming. But we are talking about religion as a branch of study. And today what we are doing is we are doing that kind of study. We are not trying to look at other religions, how to look at them from the Christian perspective. No, if you are looking in that way, you will get discouraged. We are looking at religion as an academic work, looking at as it is. Herodotus, father of history, took seriously the chronology of the past. Epicurus, these are the Greek scholars, a radical critic of religion and sought to catalog and explain the sense of the sacred. Stoics believed there was a common denominator of sacred behind all religion. In other course, we have discussed about these Epicureans and Stoics, who were the philosophers of the time. Even Herodotus, um, the people from that caliber, they try to understand religion in an academic rigor, and it became a part of academia today. Romans studied religion. Cicero, concerned with the word religion and was first to use the term. Cicero was the first person who used the word religion for academic work. Seneca, Tacitus, and Julius Caesar, all interested in the study. Tacitus was a prince during that time. Great people like this, Seneca, Tacitus, and Julius Caesar, all of them were interested in the study of religion. After Christianity emerged, study of different religions was neglected since the church was more concerned with its own mission and survival. Even in theological seminaries, people study major world religions only to understand the fallacy of that religion, and also to understand how great they are, how small the others' beliefs are. Only looking at the one-way traffic. This is true. After Christianity emerged, study of different religions was neglected since the church was more concerned with its own mission and survival, particularly in the Middle Ages and other contexts. So the modern mission movement, with William Carey in 1792 onwards, people started studying religion again. William Carey was a Sanskrit scholar. He taught in Fort William College. So the new empiricism and rationalism. Deists and philosophers such as Hume, these are the great scholars. Rousseau and Voltaire discussed the problem of natural religion. Max Muller, a great scholar, wrote an essay on comparative mythology. He found the origin of myths in natural phenomena. Criteria for the study of world religions. What is the criteria? Now, people studied in the history, and there was a negligency, or has been neglected. Even now also, people are so curious when you say, wow, we studied how to reach people, but what is that religion? We need to study as it is. Very few people register such courses, because when we study chemistry, we study as it is. What is chemistry? We don't bring our own philosophy into that. So when we study religion, we need to study as it is. Criteria for the study of the world religions. Objectivity. What is objectivity? When we study anything, we need to apply objectivity. We should not look at it as so for example, we're all believers, Christians. Don't study Hinduism as a Christian. No, study Hinduism as a Hindu. What Hindu understands, as it is, we need to study. Then we understand the depth of the meaning and the depth of the subject, and then we know what it is. Otherwise, we all the time, we look at the objects like, so we look at cat as a monkey. Even though cat is there, we look at it as a monkey only. Students of religion must observe facts as objectively as possible. Objectively as possible. That's the reason. If you need to understand what is Hinduism, you should go to a priest, a pujari, and you should sit with him and understand. Talk to him. When you have a doubt, what is this paspu or a turmeric? The Christians are very good in understanding all these things. I'm talking in a negative sense. Very good means they simply come up, all turmeric is the devil, they bring a turmeric theology. No, that's our understanding. I don't think so. Any Hindu has a turmeric in that way. They understand a different way. We need to go and sit with him. Why you apply turmeric here? Why you apply turmeric to the feet? There may be some history behind that. We need to understand that. And if you want to understand what is this tikka here, it's not a Christians who write a lot of things and go and read and then get misunderstanding. Go to them. Go to a priest and sit with them, understand why people keep that. Go to the woman and ask a Hindu woman. Maybe you can ask your wife to go and sit with the Hindu woman and ask why they keep. Instead of having all this kind of, our own perception into that. Some Christians say it's a third eye of Shiva, this and no, that's our perception. Go to the individual and ask why they keep, what they keep. In that objectivity I'm talking about it. Objectivity means what people think we need to understand as it is. It's not an assumption. Most of the time what happened when study religion, people study with their assumptions. I think so. No. What they think we need to understand. What do they mean? Not what I mean. What do they mean? We need to go to them and do a research. One must consider sacred texts and historical manifestations of the faith. If you want to understand any religion, you should go to the text, not the oral rumors here and there. We have so many rumors about the religion. Either it's a Hinduism, Christianity, or Islam, or any other religions. People simply, they imagine, oh, I am in India, so but I know everything about India. Sometimes I get so angry with these funny preachers. Some of them Hindu converts also. They come to the stage and say, I read all religious texts, which is nonsense. Nobody read. Even a pujari can't read all that. It's so vast. And we should not make such claims, subjective claims. We should be objective. One must consider sacred texts and historical manifestations of the faith. The sacred text manifest historically in different historical contexts in different way. The Vedas meant something in the history, but today when people look at the Vedas, they look at it in a different way. We need to understand that objective look, objectivity of the manifestations of the faith. It is important not to prejudge another religious perspective. That's what I'm saying. Christians are very experts in this, prejudging. Of course, Hindus are also experts in prejudging the Christians. The religion is a kind of war. Everybody declares a war against the other religion without knowing the truth. Many Hindus, they don't know what is Christianity. Simply they assume and they imagine. They don't know the Christian text, but they assume and they declare war. And in similar manner, many Christians don't know what is Hinduism. And they declare war on it. It's a kind of beating the bush, fighting in the air. It is like a chasing after the wind, in Solomon's words. If we really want to understand what it is, we should not have this prejudged mindset. We should just be neutral, objective, understand the religion. Then we understand the goodness in that and the fallacies in that. We know where to go and we know what to do. So when we are studying this course, I encourage you to have the objectivity. Don't bring your Christianity into that. Just come out of the shoes of Christianity and study the religion as it is. I posted some other books. Some of them are written by the Christians. They might have looked at other religions from their perspective, just ignore such statements. But I'll post tomorrow a Hindu scholar's book. Look at it, read it as it is. Don't get shy in reading. Oh, why should I read that uncircumcised person has written? No, knowledge is knowledge. Just read it. I'll post tomorrow. I haven't done it today because you get scared when I uh, keep some books. You think, why should I read that Swami's book? No, if you want to understand Hinduism, you should read some Sachidananda Swami or Sadananda Swami's book, because they are experts in that. They mean what they have written. But we are assuming. In a similar manner, if a Hindu needs to understand what is Christianity, they should read a Christian who has written about Christianity, not a Hindu who wrote about Christianity. Hope you got my point about the objectivity. A thorough grounding. What is thorough grounding? Must have knowledge of history. If you want to understand Hinduism, you should have the knowledge of history. Many people don't like history. If there is no history, the world cannot survive. Any history is the mother of all branches. Without history, no subject can stand on its own. History is the richest subject, my friends. We cannot underestimate it. We must have the knowledge of history, psychology, philosophy, sociology, and theology in order to come to the sense of different religions. It's not simply studying a religion. If you want to have a good taste of religion, you need to have the knowledge of history, psychology, philosophy, sociology. That's the reason I divided my subjects in this way. We are having the modules on this. Particularly, we have a philosophical subjects. Particularly, Christian ethics is a part of philosophy. And psychology, we have done a history course. And we have done a sociology course. Gospel and culture has nothing but a sociology. And psychology we are yet to do. I introduced another course. And we have done a theology. In order to come to the essence of different religions. I haven't offered this course in the beginning, because in the beginning, if we offer this, you may not study the religion as it is, because you are not aware of the history, sociology, philosophy, and psychology. Now you have a grip on history, sociology, and philosophy, and theology. Now studying religion makes sense to you. Such facts are necessary for intelligent comparison and discussions. If you need to really have a intelligent comparisons and discussions, we need to have the facts of history, psychology, philosophy, sociology, and theology. A thorough grounding. We need an objective perspective. Number 3, proper criteria. One must have the responsibility to establish value judgment, establish a criteria for judgment based on fact, not value judgments. Judgment based on fact. A criteria for judgment based on fact, not on value judgments. So we need to come to the facts. How do we know the facts? When we have a comprehensive understanding of their psychology, philosophy, sociology, theology, we can understand. Distinguishing between fact and value. A factual judgment asserts that is or is so. A value judgment asserts that something ought to be. We say ought to be, is or is so. We need is, not ought to be, to understand, to study the religion. The study of religion. Animism. Historically, when we understand Edward Taylor, founder of modern anthropology, a type of consciousness in animate and inanimate objects. Edward Taylor, who was the founder of modern anthropology says animism is a type of consciousness in animate and inanimate objects. Their religion started, for the according to him. Okay, Rabbi Brown, he talks about fear. Ancient humanity was insecure because of the force of nature. Rabbi Brown says ancient humanity was insecure because of the forces of nature. The floods, natural calamities, cyclones, fire accidents, all these natural calamities brought insecure feelings in the minds of human beings. That's what his argument. He suggested Genesis 1:1 should have read, "In the beginning was fear." That was his argument. That was his suggestion. That was his opinion. In the beginning was fear. Because he says fear is the origin for religion. Fear brought religion into existence. Lucretius offered this as explanation of religion, origin of religion. The origin of religion is fear. Of course, we have our own stand. Keep that stand strong in the mind. But we are studying. We fear what we do not know. We fear what we do not know. We don't know God, we fear. That's what he says in the animism, in the ancient days. Religion entered into mind because of the fear. Totemism, Durkheim, he says, worship of ancestors. He talks about worship of ancestors. Religion across out of fear for loved ones. Out of fear for loved ones, slowly religion came into existence. Tribe was the family enlarged. Religion is identified with society. And high God revelation. There is another scholar, Wilhelm Skammet. Wilhelm, a great scholar, is high God revelation, his theory. He says, rooted against evolution view of religion. He believed most ancient people had a belief in a higher being. Most ancient people had a belief in a higher being. Particularly the Semitic religions like Hinduism and Christianity, they have the belief on higher being from the beginning, the ancient people. Abraham had the idea of the Almighty God. Definitions of religion. I think we have already done this. Let me skip. Religion as a phenomenon looked on as universal elders' concept of the sense of the sacred. Religion is a sense of sacred. Anti-rationalistic definitions, particularly Reinach, he says, a sum of sculptures which impede the free exercise of our faculties. Maybe I skip these definitions we have already done. You can read it. Let me see Max Muller's intellectual definition. Max Muller was one of the scholar in the history. Max Muller wrote that religion is a mental factor independent of sense and reason to apprehend the infinite in different names. Infinite in different names. So emotional definitions, there are some definitions. I think religion as a morality. Immanuel Kant. Immanuel Kant is also one of the situational ethicists. If you want to know what is situational ethics, read Immanuel Kant's books. A great scholar. Immanuel Kant saw religion as the recognition of our duties as divine commands. The driving force of the sacred is morality. Example, taboo, holiness. He says the driving force of the sacred is morality. What is morality? A driving force towards the sacred. A psychological definition, William James said that religion comes from the feelings and experiences and individual people. Religion is a feeling. Religion comes from the feelings and experiences, the anubhava and the sense and individual people. And religion has ultimate valuation, Paul Tillich. Paul Tillich's ultimate concern, let's look at ultimate concern was a priority in the system of concerns which constitute a personality or a culture. It gives meaning and purpose to human life. Ultimate concern is pervasive, spread over the totality of experience. Ultimate concern is concerned with the holy. Rudolf Otto, another great scholar, saw holiness as a special and unique experience. Holiness as a special and unique experience within the religion, within the definition of religion we are looking at it. He coined the phrase numinos, from Latin meaning divinity, God, or spirit, refers to a special feeling of awareness or fear, awareness and fear. Ultimate concern has to do with the expression and communication of religious experiences. Religious experiences take place through symbolic words, objects, and actions. That's what in every religion you see, symbolic words, objects, actions. Ultimate concern is both lived and celebrated. Both lived and celebrated. Celebrated through liturgy and mythology. Lived out in the religious expressions, influencing all factors of life. All factors of life. Three types of religious experiences. I think time is now 8:05. With this, I'll close. Three types of religious experiences. We can continue the class tomorrow. Number one, cosmic religion. What is cosmic religion? One in which there is found a plurality of religious objects or gods. It is polytheistic. The many gods are associated with the nature and our culture. Prehistoric and folk religions are examples of this type. A cosmic religion, polytheistic, many gods are associated with nature and or culture. Prehistoric and folk religions are examples of this type. So the cosmic religion, one in which is found the religious object beyond the common secular world of nature and society, usually emphasizes the one. Usually emphasizes the one. Hinduism and transcendental monism are example. What is monism? Not many, only one. Transcendental monism are examples of this cosmic religion. Number three, historical religion. One in which is found the religious object beyond and within the common world. sees history as linear, not cyclical. No, the other is history is cyclical, round. But the historical religion is one in which is found the religious object found within the common world, sees history as linear, started here and in the beginning and the end. Examples of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam come under historical religions. I think we stop here with the three different religions. What are the three types of religions? Number one, cosmic religion, and number two, acosmic religion, and number three, historical religion. Cosmic, acosmic, and historical. We stop here today. We come back tomorrow for the lecture number 2. Be on time at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Okay, let's get into the discussion. Okay, any questions?
Yes, Anna, Anil.
Yes, Anil, please.
Is religion is God-centered or culture-centered?
Both. Some religions are culture-centered, some religions are God-centered, but culture and religion are interlinked. Particularly Buddhism is not really God-centered. It is a society-centered. Actually, Buddhism evolved out of revolt to Hinduism, focused on society, equality, justice. But somehow today it merged into Hinduism. That's a different story. It was a society-centered.
Whereas Buddhism is less than 2% in India, mostly 80% people are Hindus. Hinduism is based on especially God-centered, I think.
You are right.
Hinduism, Islam.
Yeah, these are all Semitic religions, Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity. They are God-centered, but
Yeah.
again, culture-centered also. Even Christianity also, God and culture. Some parts of the Christian group, some Christian groups are completely culture-centered. So they create a culture, Christian culture. They create a Hindu culture, a Islamic culture. No, that I think gospel and culture we have discussed so much about it. Culture and religion are interlinked. Religion creates culture. Sometimes culture creates religion. Both are interlinked.
What is the God's view, Anna, in allowing all these religions in the world?
Say it again.
What is the God's plan in allowing all these religions in the world?
Okay. Maybe that we will look into some spiritual subject when we look at it, but this subject is not in that way. So we are studying an academic work. Maybe, yeah, God didn't bring the religions. It is the human beings who brought. Vijay Kumar asked me this intellectual question. I think he asked me the progressive question. If I answer him, you will get the answer. Brother Vijay Chekuri says, how all religions came into this world. It's a people brought religions into the world. Different, that's what we have started talking about, the origin of religion. And what we looked at, it's the fear. When they looked at the natural calamities and the nature, people got fear. Some scholars say religion originated by fear. And some others say religion originated by their culture. At different ways we have looked at it. But why all religions came? It's because of people's perception. People, it's their own perception about the truth. You say their own perception about the truth. And some religions came because of their own perception about their rituals. and their understanding of different ways of living. God didn't bring
Hello.
religions. It's only human beings evolved religion. Religion has been evolved by the human minds, different religions.
Hello, brother.
Ah, yes, brother.
Can we say then religion is a man-made?
Pardon?
By whatever now you explain, no? So religion is a man-made thing.
Yeah, that